Okay, I will walk you over the first assignment on Visual Composer, which is actually our SAP Assignment 5. Visual Composer is actually a tool for developing applications, web-based applications, without having to code. So you don't need to know how to code, but you can still develop web-based applications. So it's a very cool tool that we can use for developing applications. So the motivation for this exercise is to develop a application which is basically a sales order application using uh, forms and table views, and also it will enable us to locate a BAPI, and this BAPI is basically business application programming interface from a backend system. Okay, so basically we will be developing a sales order or look up a sales order for a given customer. Okay, so in order to work with Visual Composer, what you have to do is you have to log on to Visual Composer. To log on to Visual Composer, you have to copy and paste this URL that I have given you here to Internet Explorer, which is IE9. Okay, so let's go to Internet Explorer, and from here paste your URL that you have copied from your assignment, and then you log in. Okay, I will log in as LU006. You log in with your own ID and password from the previous assignments. The ID and password from the previous assignments are the same. So do that. So what we will do is we will create a new model. Okay, so I go here, I create a new, and then I will select the local repository. Okay, and the development component would be, for development component you go to new and then give it a name here. So the name I am given is, and remember that the development component it does not take in capital letters, so it has to be all small. So I will name it 5350. Okay, this is my course number, 006 is my login number, and then I say NW5. Okay, remember one thing, in the assignment I used S5360. When I worked on the assignment, somehow I thought the course number is 5360, but you can just call it 5350. 5350 is for the course number, and then 006 is for your login. You use your own login. I have used mine, which I am using 006 for this demonstration. Okay, so say okay. And then you give it a name, and the name is S capital letter, then 5350, 006 for me. You use your login, and then this is called sales order. Let me check if this is how I named the project. So how do I name the model? I named the model as okay, underscore sales orders. So I do that. Sorry, underscore sales orders, and I do OK. So now I have a new model. And then what do I do? Then basically what I do is I should have something like this, and so when I go here, you see I have S5350006 sales order model already created. And then within the model, what do I have to do is I have to add an R3 BAPI. So what I would do is I would go to search, and I will search for R3 data services. Then I will look at sales order, and then I will have a list of BAPIs, and then I will have BAPI sales order get list, and I paste it in the working area. So let me search and select a search provider. I have to search for my provider is R3 data services. Okay, and system destination, the backend system is OXF, so I will choose OXF, and I have to search for sales. Is it sales or sales orders that I have to search for? Let me see. I have to search for sales order. Okay, so I will search for sales order. So from the backend system, it is pulling up all the business application programming interfaces, and I have to take get list. Now BAPI sales order get list. So this is my BAPI sales order get list. I drag and drop it over here. Now it asks me to define ports. Okay, so from my assignments, see how I have defined ports. I have defined within input, I have defined two ports. Within the input port, I have defined two fields, customer number and sales organization. So within input, I have defined two fields, customer number and uh, sales organization. So keep these two checked and let the others go. And then on the output, I have to deselect everything first, and then I will keep creation date, plant, purchase number and SD document, sales document, SD document. Okay, and so and then I have to click OK. So I go to input is done. So I say OK. If it doesn't show after OK, what I have to do is right click and I have to redefine ports. I did have output here, sorry. So in the output, I don't see anything. In the sales order, I show all. Let me see if for return I have to do anything. I have to uncheck return. Okay, so that's good. I have to uncheck return. So I uncheck return. In sales order, let me cancel and let me go back again to redefine ports. I don't see everything. Okay, so I just have to check sales order, and then I deselect all fields. Okay, and I show all. Then I have to check, remember, SD document, then purchase number, then creation date and plant. Where is plant? Plant. So four things I have to select. SD document, purchase number, plant and creation date. So okay. Now let me one time check it. I have to do creation date, plant, purchase number and SD document. So I'm fine. Then I click OK, and then I have to test for the data services. Okay, so I click OK. I've already done it. Then I right click and test data service. See what happens here. uh, I go to test. It's not showing anything because I did not do anything with the fields. So I have to click on input, and then I have to put in the customer number as this. I copy, and the organization is 1020. So I come here, I click on input, and this is my customer number. I control V to paste it, and sales organization is 1020. Now I test it, and now I see that it is pulling up all this information for that particular customer. Okay, now so it's working. Now I have to develop the model further. So I have to drag the input port from the BAPI onto the workspace, and I have to select form view, and then in the form view I have to do some work. So what I do is I close this, I click on input, I drag here, I choose the form view. Okay, after that click on OK. I did the form view. Click on the input form and rename it by entering input customer data as 53. I would use 5360 for all 5350, but you can use anything you like, and as a title. Okay, so click on the input form. and in the title I would put in input customer data, and then I say S5360 NNN. So S5350001. Okay, so and then what I do is I drag the sales order output port onto the workspace and I select table view. So I drag sales order, this one here, and I select the table view. And then what I do is I rename the table to sales orders. Okay, so I rename the table. Okay, it's already renamed to sales orders, but maybe I have tried before, that's why. But if it is not there, you can just come here and change the name to sales orders. Then I choose the layout button. Okay, then I choose the layout button. Layout is here, so I choose that. Okay, now what I do is I deploy after that. So to do the deploy, come here, deploy, and then you just click on deploy and just say continue. It's deploying. Okay, after you have deployed, you click on your sales order under flex. Okay, so you click on your sales order under flex. So here you paste in the customer number, and what is the customer number that we are using? This is the customer number that we are using, 403000436. Okay, so this is my deployment. After deployment, so I use Control V to paste my customer number. 1020 is the organization number, and I'm pulling up the sales order for this customer. So you see, this is what I got, and you have to take a screenshot of this and paste it to a Word document, and you are done. Okay, so take a print screen, open a Word document, post it or paste it there, and you are done with your Visual Composer Assignment 1 or SAP Assignment 5.